So guys, it's summer, which also means birthday season, which also means finding a new present every week because everybody has their birthday in a span of 3 months. So naturally, you will run out of ideas, and after the sixth birthday, you will browse the internet for cool and funny gifts. And while doing that, I always keep stumbling across the same device. You know, these things that count the time that is needed for you to finish your drink? Perfect party gift. But I've sworn to myself, I will never pay any money for some dropshipping slop product, and especially not $25. Also, I want one that has a function that shows a leaderboard of which user is the most hydrated. So, I saw no way around it. I had to build one myself. First step was to determine all the players I'll need. Something that detects when your glass is lifted from the tableau, a small screen, a microcontroller to manage these components, and a power supply. The second step would be to look for parts that support these functions. So here's what I found laying around my super organized workspace: an ESP32, my go-to microcontroller for small projects because it's super cheap, has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and it's small. Some push buttons. They can also be used as pressure plates. When something standing on the button is picked up, it starts the timer and it's stopped when it's pressed again. And those battery holders, but they are a pain to use. They are really big and need to be accessible to change batteries. Also, it's pretty annoying getting to 3.3 volt with AAA batteries. Third step, order the remaining parts. So what's left is a screen and the power supply. And finally, after 3 weeks shipping time, they arrived. But I guess this is the price you pay for ordering from cheap websites. Anyway, that's the screen I bought. I didn't know any criteria to look for, so I just ordered the first one that looked acceptable. For the power circuit, I ordered LiPo batteries and some battery charge controllers, because LiPo batteries require a specific charging profile. First, a constant current until about 80% capacity, then a switch to constant voltage while the current gradually drops. This is called CCCV charging, and it's necessary to use a charge controller if your board doesn't manage to do this internally, or else your project may go kaboom. Step 4. Laying out the assembly. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take all my parts and I'm going to pile them so I have a close space. I'm going to put the charging controller on the side because it needs to be accessible by a cable. I'm going to take my screen and put it on the side because it needs to be visible, of course. The buttons are on top so the drink can stand on them. And now I'm going to measure this pile so I have an idea of the dimensions I'm dealing with. Step 5. Code. Half of my degree is computer science, so I can't bring myself to one-shot code this thing with Claude. So I turned on the old noggin and actually wrote code myself, but of course under the supervision of Big C. But first I had to figure out one thing. How do you enter your name only using 2 buttons? I had 2 ideas. Either a 5x5 grid where one button selects the row and the other button selects the column, or a system where you press one button to cycle through letters and press the other to confirm. I went with the grid system because it's more practical, and since nobody I know has a Z in their name, the missing letter really isn't a problem. To test the code, I first built my system on a breadboard, and after some tries, tears and agony, I got the code right. Here's a quick walkthrough. First you have to wake the ESP from deep sleep, because naturally I forgot to buy a power switch. Then you can choose between 2 modes, anonymous and leaderboard. In the anonymous mode, you just start right away, and your time won't be considered for the high score. In the leaderboard mode, you first type in your name and then you do the challenge, and if your time is in the top 5, it will be saved. Step 6. Assembly. While designing the case and cat, I spied something with my little eye. I have all these peppermint tins lying around, and they have the perfect size and shape, so why not use them? So let's see if the assembly fits into here. The buttons come on top. Looks like a perfect fit to me. Okay, now the tricky part begins. Soldering everything together. I really suck at this. and the $40 soldering iron from Amazon doesn't help that fact. Anyway, soldering the power supply was easy and it held up surprisingly well. The tricky part was soldering every component to the board. Here is everything inside the case. To be honest, I wouldn't board an airplane with that thing. The screen also needs to be soldered to the board. Tried to do it inside of the case, which felt like being the bull in a china shop. But in the end, it turned out kinda okay. Now to the button logic. Seems not that hard now, does it? Soldering this took me too many hours, because the cable that went from the ESP to this PCB were ripped off every fucking time. I didn't even bother with filming anymore. But I can show you the monstrosity I created. Beware. Step 7. Hydrate. Until next time. Auf Wiedersehen.